in clause B, which reads "Ke o logos in proston theon," we have a couple of interesting things here. We have the past tense ein, which is in the imperfect form, and it is a state verb. That is, it speaks to the state of the subject, rather than an action verb, which has an activity or an accomplishment or an achievement. There are different types of verbs, and this is a state verb, and so it speaks to his condition or his existence. And in this case, we've got him being proston theon. And the interesting thing about pros is that it is dynamic as a preposition. It doesn't fit nicely with a state. It usually goes with some kind of activity, with motion, and what it seems to be doing is it's being governed by the state verb, and it's often translated as with. It's unique because there's a couple of other prepositions that John could have chosen, which is like meta, which is kind of like behind, after, in a proximity with, or he could have used soon, which is clearly with, or he could have used para, which is also like next to, but he didn't. He chose pros. And this often has been stated that it has this idea of face-to-face. Robertson speaks about that. So it's like an intimate communion. It's not just being next to God, but there's an intimate communion going on there, face-to-face. They're speaking to each other. And so that's what we see going on here. There's two figures together. One is the Logos, and the other one is called Ton Theon, the God. So we have those two figures, and John is then placing the Logos in space, and prior he placed him in time, which was he was on hand at the beginning, and now he's placing him in space, which is that he was with God.